Hi guys, welcome back to Soul Revival. This is the podcast where I help you to recover from trauma, get on your healing journey, become the best version of yourself, and love every part of who you are. From the parts in the beginning, the middle, wherever we reach in our healing journey, I'm going to teach you to embody best version of yourself, love yourself for it, and heal. This is an ongoing journey, so I want to give you the tools so that you can learn how to be your own therapist, do your own inner work, and be the one supporting yourself. I'm your host Sade, and today's episode is, to me, one of my favorites so far. I'm really excited about today. We are going to be talking about self-care. And because we're talking about self-care, I am wearing my sleeping set. I decided, you know what? If we're going to be talking about self-care, I'm going to be wearing the most comfortable outfit that I have right now. And I just got these. I know I'm wearing like glittery sandals, but I just got these flared tracksuit set thing going on, and it's so comfortable. And I think, you know what, it's very fitting that on my self-care day or my self-care episode, I feel super comfortable, super at home, and warm, fuzzy, and loved. So, what is self-care? Today we're going to be talking about self-care, how to reconnect your mind, body, and spirit, how to love yourself. Today is all about self-love and self-care. And we hear a lot about self-care and self-love and doing this for yourself, blah, blah, blah. But what does that actually mean? It doesn't just mean putting a face mask. It doesn't just mean buying your luxurious skincare and being on a strict routine with your exercises. It's all about loving yourself and caring for yourself the way that you deserve, the way that you need, the way that your body, your soul, your heart, your mind needs to function. And we're going to go through this episode together. We're going to talk about the topic, and we're going to be creating your own personalized self-care routine. Okay, so by the end of this video, you'll be ready to embark on, let's try it out for 21 days and then come back to me and tell me, you know what, that's great. If not, come back to me in 21 days, we'll redo this video together, you'll rewatch this video, and then you'll add, implement, change your routine based on this past month. Okay, so what I want you all to do today is grab your most comfortable outfit, get in bed, get on a sofa, go for a run actually. So, okay, wear whatever outfit you feel most comfortable in. It could be your active wear, if you're going for a run or listening to me. Put on a face mask, grab some tea, grab your favorite snacks, and let's buckle up. So I think self-care nowadays has become kind of a trend, a little bit of having this super clean aesthetic routine of waking up, drinking this in the morning, doing that right after, then doing this, doing that, and it's literally become a to-do list. And I personally am one of those that's jumped on multiple bandwagons of starting a new routine or starting a new self-care, I don't want to keep saying routine, but a new self-care list of stuff to do and new things to try out and new experiences and blah, blah, blah. And I feel like, you know what, I've tried multiple things that get recommended to me online and by friends, and I see in the spaces. And I feel like I've come to a place where I've really, really, really gotten my own self-care journey, like, to perfection with flexibility. And that is something, flexibility, that we'll go into further along, because that's what's important. I wanted you guys to know that self-care shouldn't be a task. Self-care isn't something that you just do because you know that makes you feel good. Self-care is something that you're doing to maintain yourself and thrive. It's like oiling up the car, changing the coolant. Like, these are the small little things that you need to do to top up, whether it's daily, whether it's weekly, whether it's monthly, that you top up to ensure that your car, your engine is running smoothly, safely, effectively, and thrivingly, as we're, queens, that you're glowing, and to make sure that when you do hit a bump on the road, or when you do go through an extreme situation, to know that you're not going to break down because you have the solid foundations. You have this pillar around you of care that you can give yourself, that love, that affection, that comfort that you need to give yourself in these hard times, because you've built that strength and that resilience of, you know, maintaining this routine. Normally you can go through harder times and know that, you know what, I can still like find a little bit of strength because I've got these A, B, C, D, E's that keep me going and that keep me fulfilled and keep my cup full. Or yeah, actually that's a good analogy. Like self-care is like pouring in your plant or in your cup a little bit of water here and there throughout your week, throughout the day. That way your cup is never empty. So you're always like just topping it up a little bit at a time. Self-care. So self-care, I don't know where it's come from on social media that is such a like a marketed thing, but I guess it helps because more people I think are just understanding that you need to give yourself a bit of extra love and extra things that we need. Just don't go overboard. Like tune into your body and know and learn to understand what it actually is that you need, and that's what we're going to be doing together today. The way I see it is always there's 3 points to the triangle. So if this is you, there's the mind, body and spirit. So mind, body and soul. So understanding what's your best self-care is understanding what can you do to nurture, fulfill and care for your mind. What can you do to fulfill, nurture and care for your body? And what can you do to nurture, fulfill and care for your soul? So once you've got elements within all of these points and you're able to maintain and thrive and like really get a solid foundation, like a pyramid, once you have the points, it's not gonna, you know, collapse. But if you've got the mind solid and the soul solid, but then you're not taking care of your body, it's not really a solid, it's not really a strong, you know, setting of foundation and shell for who you are. So I really want you guys to just not just focus on one sphere, like focus on all, but learn to maybe choose one little step from each and solidify those, and then you keep adding a little bit more to your self-care practice, your self-care routine from each sphere. So we're going to go into individually the mind, the body and the spirit, and once we've done that, we're going to do your own personalized self-care routine, and we're going to go through how can you maintain this long term, how can you know if this is working for you, how do I adjust this, how do I shift. So we'll do that together. Now let's go. Okay, this will come in a second, but I needed to show you guys now. I did buy, for the purpose of this video, a new pumice foot scrub by, where is it, Eco Bath London. It's actually so cool, so I'm excited to show you guys what I'm gonna do with this, and it's part of the self-care. Before we start going through mind, body and soul, I just want to say this one quick thing. Self-care is not selfish. Okay? Prioritizing your self-care is allowing you to be a complete version of yourself. It's allowing you to take care of others. It's allowing you to love others and give outside. Because if you're coming from an empty cup, your love, your energy, your kindness, the way you help the world is not going to overflow. So you filling your own cup with self-love, self-care is going to allow you to be the best version of yourself that you can. It's going to allow you to like have so much love for yourself that will ripple onto others. It's going to allow you to care so much for yourself that you have the energy and the space and the mental energy and the physical energy, the mental space and the physical space to allow yourself to care for other people. It's going to allow you to be in a place where you have so much to give that you're going to be kind to strangers on the street. You're going to be kind to like that rude bus driver that's just flipped you off, or you know what I mean. So self-care, I know people say, oh my god, it's so selfish. Self-care is not selfish. Self-care is needed. It's very important. You must prioritize, and being selfish is okay. Like, I don't know why it's become a thing that you need to be selfless. You need to be selfish to be in order to prioritize other people. Because if you don't take care of yourself, put your needs first, and do all of that to fill your cup, how are you going to be helping somebody else from an empty place? Because then you're going to be resenting other people for what you do for them, or for helping them when you're extremely exhausted. Like, be more selfish in an effective way. Like, be selfish as in prioritize yourself, prioritize your time, prioritize your needs, fill those up, and then you can overflow. Being selfish doesn't mean being a dick. Being a dick, that's something different. So be selfish, take care of yourself, and love yourself. Okay. Until you've really mastered it. Once you've mastered it, I think then it's easier to not really feel like you're being selfish. It might make you feel a little bit guilty in the beginning when you're like prioritizing yourself so much, but at the end of the day, it's just you. Like, you're the only person that matters, really, and you're in your own existence. Like, the other people can come and go, anything can happen, and you really just need to be so full in your own wholeness, that in your own self, that whatever happens in the outside world, your foundations are solid and your boat doesn't rock back and forth. I gave a lot of analogies, I just realized. I don't know if these make sense. Anyway, let's start with the mind. So for the mind, what we want to do as self-care is a few different things. First of all, decluttering and detoxifying. And to declutter your mind, that's what I mean is to declutter all of those thoughts. I don't know, what does your mind sound like? Like, is it quiet, or is it constant, like like constant, like talking and negative stuff? You know, you need to declutter that. And how are we going to do this? So forms of self-care to help your mind are journaling. I know we hear it all the time. We've done a few exercises in the past, but it really helps. Journaling, reading, meditating. So what we want to do is create a space where we kind of understand the flow of thoughts. First of all, acknowledging that a thought is something made up, and your mind just keeps feeding you the thoughts that you choose to listen to, because your thoughts are just created by your nervous system. They're just like impulses saying pineapple, pizza. Today is sunny. Today is not sunny. It's red. Nah, this is blue. This is yellow. I feel shit. I feel this. I feel that. You don't need to validate and acknowledge every thought. If not, you'd be crazy. That's why half of the people are struggling so much, because we're giving too much power to the thoughts. Thoughts are just literally words or sentences that your mind is blurring at you. Your brain is creating. Based on what you give the attention to, your mind will be like, oh, she likes when she thinks this because she's listening to it. Let me feed more of these similar thoughts. So if you think, oh my god, today's such a shit day, trust that your mind is going to keep giving you the same negative thoughts, like, oh, why is it raining? Oh, this bus is late, like everything's going wrong. You're going to be stuck in that narrative. So I want you to start your mind self-care is start paying attention to the sounds in your head. Start paying attention and just observing the thoughts that come through. What does that mean in simple words? If you bring like the awareness, like watch your mind, break the fourth screen. That's how they do it in movies. Watch your mind from an outsider perspective. So you're hearing all the sounds of like, today's a this day, everything's going wrong, blah blah, and just think, oh, Sade, okay, you've just had like 5, 6, 7 negative thoughts in a row saying this. Is this actually what the day is like? Or is my mind just, just flowing and giving me all of these thoughts because I'm listening to them? And you say, okay, let's change this. Today is an okay day. It will get better. Things will work out. So this is one first step. It's just listening to what's going on in your mind, observing it, and this is what you can do in meditation as well, and then reframing and changing it. So to do this, you can set yourself maybe 5 times here and there, like every few hours, where you just consciously observe your thoughts and just pay attention to that without judging. Just think, okay, wow, I just went on an hour rampage of negative talk in my mind. How can I phrase this and make this positive for the next hour? The second one, journaling. Journaling is basically jotting down all of the rubbish, but also all of the positive stuff that's in your mind. I say jot down all of the rubbish because if you fill up, this is a really good exercise. I don't know if you have time for it daily, but if you write down 3 pages of stream of consciousness, half of it I'm telling you is rubbish. Like half of the time you're probably just writing down, I don't know what to do right now, like my tummy, like I don't know, my tummy doesn't feel good, I'm doing this and that, like why is this so annoying, like oh my god, I'm writing for 3 pages, I don't even know what to write. If you write stream of consciousness, you'll start to visually see what you've written down and visually see what's actually coming out of your mind, and you can see majority of the thoughts are pretty much nonsense. Do you know what I mean? Like I started this book a year ago called The Artist's Way, and it's a really good mindfulness exercise I do recommend. Is to promote your creativity, and the concept, there's a lot of like questions and exercises to do. It's a 12-week program, but one of the main exercises is doing these artist pages where you journal every first thing in the morning, 3 pages of stream of consciousness, and that will help you reconnect with your creativity and allow you to explore that and develop that further. I started doing that, that was amazing, and I also realized a lot of the stuff that I'm thinking or saying or doing that's in my subconscious, I don't know what it's doing there, you know what I mean? So implementing journaling techniques, whether it's you can do a full page every day, that's not too much time, it's around 10 minutes of just writing like stream of consciousness, which is do not judge what you write in, you just write every single thought that's in your mind without giving it attention, without acknowledging, just writing it down, don't go back and read it, just write it all out. That will create like a declutter space, especially if you do it first thing in the morning or right before you go to bed. I recommend if you have the 10 minutes before like when you wake up and before you go to bed, do that. But if you only have time to do it once a day, do it once a day. If you only have time to like have a 5-minute like quick writing session, do that. It does help you declutter what's going on. So if you're feeling anxious, you're overthinking, just get a pen and paper. Don't get the notes on your phone. Like actually writing down with your hands will allow you to like transfer your thought through your body into your hand onto the paper. But yeah, try that out. And the next one is reading. So once you've decluttered what's out here from observing, writing it down, letting it go, releasing, reading. So now we want to input positive information. Now we want to input inspiring information. Now we want to input something that will allow your brain to expand more and grow more, learn more knowledge. So right after you've done this, it will be really useful to set yourself maybe a small goal of reading 10 pages from a new book or something like that. And I really recommend self-development books. I was gonna say self-growth and empowerment. Yeah, actually, whatever topic you like, but I recommend the ones that really give you the tools to develop yourself or to learn new skills and new habits. Because unless you're really going through something that you need to heal from and learn from on that aspect, for example, you go for a breakup, you want to learn about love and all of that, or I love The Game of Desire by Shan Boodram. That's a great book if you want to learn more about, like, you know, your dating life, things you need to work on. That's an amazing book. But I think you need to have a break sometimes from healing, and reading all of these things about how broken we are, kind of like learning on all of these things that have impacted us or traumatized us or created all of this, I think can be a lot. And this is coming from someone that has read all of, like, a lot of the self-help books. I don't want to say all because there's millions and millions and millions of books, but I've read quite a lot, and I'm not gonna lie, it's put me sometimes in a spiral where I'm over analyzing everything I do because I have all of this awareness, and we have way too much information. So I'd say be intentional with the type of information that you feed yourself back in. So whether it's learn like new financial skills, whether it's learn a new language, whether it's learn something like a new project that you're passionate about, learn what you need to do to figure that out. You can still learn like self-love and self-care things, but just be aware of how much information you're inputting in your system, because otherwise you can go a bit like, woo, if you put way too much information in. So that's my self-care for the mind. What that self-care looks like to me, I wake up in the morning, I have my cup of water, and I write down, if I need to write down my dreams. So if I've had a dream that was very visual and I need to write it down, I write it down so that I can later analyze what happened. And what I do, I keep with me a journal most of the times, unless I've got like a small bag. And throughout the day, I'll write down stuff, or I write down questions, or yeah. And either in the morning or in the evening, I'll write down 1 to 3 pages of just thoughts. What I want you guys to understand is flexibility. So we, especially women with our cycle, we change every day of the month. And not every day the same routine is actually going to be effective for you. So for example, some days I need to get out of bed and go for an exercise straight away. Sometimes I need to lay in bed and give myself more nurturing love, write down something, journal, read, and whatever. So this is what we can implement for our mind. 3 things I just say: journaling, writing, and meditating and observing your thoughts. Start with 1 if you're not used to all of them. So I'd say start with whatever, what feels more attractive to you right now. What out of the 3 is popping up that you feel, you know what, I can actually use a bit of writing down. Okay, now we're gonna do the body. When it comes to the body, there's a few ways that we need our bodies to function and to work. So luckily we've got a lot of scientific evidence of how much water we need, how much exercise we need, and how much sunlight we need, and all of what the nutrients we need, okay? So we kind of know a lot of information, and it goes back to the information overload. But what do you choose? There's so many studies that say the vegan diet is the best for you. So many studies showing how the carnivore diet is best for you. So many studies saying you should drink 2 liters a day. So many studies saying that's not enough water a day. So many studies you need 5 meals a day. So many studies showing you need 2 meals a day. You need to exercise, but you don't need to exercise, but then you had overdoing it, but then you need yoga. You know what my answer is? Everybody is different, and everybody is different. So learn to understand and connect with who you are, and shut out all of this noise from other people. Like, even the recommendations I'm gonna give you might not apply to you, and that's okay. It just might be a thing where this is my path and the tools that I've learned, and I'm just helping you, showing you what worked for me. Take what you need, don't take what you don't need. So with the body, hydration. Are you drinking enough water? Ask yourself these questions. What can you do to implement that in your self-care routine? For example, waking up in the morning, having some warm water. There's so many studies show it's good for you. But do you like the taste of warm water in the morning? No, that's okay. Have some cold water. Have some water with a bit of lemon and salt for your electrolytes. You don't have to follow every TikTok trend that says you need to drink this as soon as you wake up. Do what feels, try them. Maybe do a week where every day you try something different. What do you like more? What energizes you more when you wake up? I wouldn't say coffee or all of, like, first thing, just have some water, because you do need to get something to hydrate you. Second of all, do you need to drink tea before bed? You know how some people say you need to have chamomile before going to bed, blah blah. To me, it doesn't help. I just know I need to have something warm. Whatever it is, it doesn't matter. But if I don't have it, that's okay. I just need water. If not, I'll get thirsty throughout the night. So that's my routine. I always have like a full cup of water by my bed because I know that I get lazy and I don't want to get up when I'm in the middle of the sleep. So I make sure every morning that cup is full and every night that cup is full. That's something that I've been good at pursuing, and that's really helped me out. And I keep my morning meditation right next to it. So that's me starting the day effortlessly because I've already set my water there. Second one, sunlight. We need vitamin D. After being in the UK the past few months, and I used to live in Australia, turns out I'm vitamin D deficient, so I need to literally just go in the sunlight. If there's none, I have a vitamin D spray, and I'm gonna book myself holidays and be very intentional. Even if it's just 3 days somewhere I know it's guaranteed sun, it's just gonna be better than me spending £100 on a night out in a club drinking all night when I know that I actually need that vitamin D to function. In the morning when you wake up, do you have 10 minutes that you can just go for a walk outside? If not, can you wake up a little bit earlier so you can do that? Because you getting fresh air and sunlight, even if it's cloudy, just some daylight away from your screen, away from everything as soon as you wake up, that's amazing for your body. Just think of yourself as a plant. You need water, food and light to function. So if you can prioritize that, that's amazing. Now when it comes to nutrition and fueling your body, I've tried all of the eating lifestyles. I've tried diets, I've tried everything, whether it was to lose weight, whether it's to feel more energized. I've been veggie, I've been vegan, I've been keto, I've been gluten-free, dairy-free, I've been just eating meat. I've tried a few. You know what's worked best for me? Eating intuitively. Like now I'm following a plan that is like thyroid friendly, which is more keto friendly, I guess, dairy-free, egg-free and gluten-free. But I'm eating still intuitively. So right now I just started my period, and this morning I didn't want the normal breakfast I would have had. I had beef for breakfast because my body's telling me, hey Sade, we need iron, and then get like a vitamin C juice to work together with the iron from the beef. So it's just understanding and connecting with your body and trying things out. See what makes you feel great, what makes you feel sluggish, let it go. Heal your body like it's the rarest plant in the world. Like do your research to know what works for you and try it out, and then listen to the results. Like if you see that eating something sweet in the morning for breakfast makes you constantly crave food throughout the day, stop doing that. You don't have to have a sweet breakfast just because society tells us we should have cereals, biscuits, croissants for breakfast. I've had steak and broccoli for breakfast. To me that's normal. I don't even eat sweet stuff anymore. And that's the other thing, like learn what's your genetic made of. Who are your grandparents? Where do they come from? What's your ancestral diet? So I'm DNA wise, I'm made of Italian DNA, Jamaican DNA, Nigerian DNA. So for me, I know that pasta really does energize me when I cook it the right way. Olive oil, tomatoes, like a more Mediterranean ingredient based diet, but also like a more Caribbean African. So I can eat yams, like starches, sweet potatoes, all of those things, and like meats. Whilst more cereal based diets like porridges or certain beans, they don't really actually work with me, and I feel more bloated, or it's harder for me to lose weight those ways or to maintain my energy levels. So I've just discovered ways of integrating foods from my cultures and my backgrounds, my genetic backgrounds and habits as well. For example, a lot of the people in my family have type 2 diabetes, so I'm working on fixing my insulin resistance and all of that so that I don't get that in the future. And ways in Italian culture that we do that is, it's actually scientifically proven that reduces the spikes of your blood sugar going up after a meal. For example, eating your vegetables before the meal and then you eat the protein, the fats, and then you eat the carbs. So for example, I now eat my vegetables on the plate first, or my salad first, then I eat the proteins and fats, and then I eat, like if I have pasta or if I want dessert, I'll eat that after. Because by the time that your body's digesting the sugars, it won't create the spikes because you already had the fiber and all of that beforehand. Another way to do this, which is typical in the Mediterranean diet, is having vinegar. Vinegar, you know how all these trends say have apple cider vinegar before your meal? You can literally just add like a bit to your salad or something like that, and that would really help reduce that. Breakfast, if there's one thing you take from this video for the mind self-care, is having a protein savory breakfast. I just said savory like that because also you can make it in a way where it's not savory, and I'll give you an example. But yeah, have like a rich protein, whether it's sardines with some vegetables, whether it's tuna with some vegetables, some meat or some beans, whatever. Having that in the morning will really help you focus. Just don't have baked beans because that's full of sugar. Try not to have sugar in your first meal. And if you want some fruit in your first meal, have it after you've already had enough food. The one or two actual examples that I have of a good protein sort of breakfast that is on the sweeter side is like a chia seed pudding, and you can add some berries. I recommend in the morning for breakfast still having like blackberries, cranberries, blueberries, raspberries, maybe strawberries. If you feel like you need sugar, that's fine, absolutely. Like, I'm not a doctor, but I'm just saying, when you do have it as a first meal, if you're like healthy and you don't have other issues going on, because some people do need to have sugar, but if you're healthy-ish, when you don't have it for breakfast, it will reduce your cravings throughout the day, and then you can allow yourself to have sweet stuff in the evening or in the afternoon. Absolutely fine. Yeah, so these were some tips that I've implemented that are now part of my self-care routine and I stick by religiously. So eating vegetables before the meal, anything else, sometimes with vinegar, sometimes without, that's fine. Savory breakfast with protein, and then the other one was just eating intuitively and based on my genetics as well. And be kind to yourself, like allow yourself sometimes to just do something a bit different, you know, and not just have to follow the norms and all the rules and everything that people are saying. Now, when it comes to self-care with your body, the next part I'm going to talk about is exercise. This is something that I'm speaking as a woman because men have different hormones and different bodies, so they need something completely different from women, and that's something that you guys can figure out. I'm going to speak as a woman, and the way we exercise changes every day based on our hormones and our cycle. To be fair, if you don't have a cycle or have hormonal replacements and stuff like that, it might be different for you. But for most like women that have a 28-day cycle or period and they are in a woman's body, you need to learn how to get in tune with that. Once you're in tune with what your body needs at each stage and your recovery levels, then you can create a good self-care plan that is not going to look like Monday to Friday every week is the same. It's probably going to look like every week 1 of your period, 2, 3 and 4 is the same throughout each month. So then you repeat the 4-week program each month. So for example, I just started my period. In my period days, I have so much energy to do like high cardio stuff. So I could go to like a big dance class, I could go boxing, I could go for a run, but my recovery is a lot lower. So maybe I'll do like a 20-minute session and then a long bath. I can't do like a 1 hour long exercise. On my weeks after my period or when I'm ovulating, I can lift weights, I can do all of these exercises. So that's when I like learn how to just time it accordingly, and you'll see the results anyway. There's no point you exercising overdoing yourself when your body's going through this huge transformation, and you're just going to create more inflammation in your body. Also, you don't have to work out at the gym. If you need to lose weight, do that for a few months, do that for a year, set your head down and just work on that and change your eating habits and really care for that until you get to your desired weight goal. But then to maintain it, you don't actually need to do all of this work. What you need to do is find ways throughout your day, whether it's gardening, whether it's cooking, whether it's cleaning, that you're constantly active, and that will help you maintain your body and give you that self-care. So I like to compound activities, whether it's like dancing whilst I'm cooking, dancing whilst I'm cleaning. That is exercise and maintenance, whilst I'm also doing something that helps me out in the house and makes the environment a bit cleaner. And with self-care and working out, I know when you start it, you can go super intense and do like 4 or 5 sessions a week for like 3 months, and then you're so drained. Take it easy and just do what your body feels like you need to do. Like, if I have a feeling I'm gonna go for a run today, go for a run today. Don't worry about having to hit 3 to 5 times a week exercise. Just know your body needs to move to function. So find ways that you can do it, and it can be sustainable and flexible for you. For example, salsa dancing. I love salsa dancing. I crave it so much, and I like doing that. I've stopped going to the gym because I know I do this like at least once a week, where I dance for a lot of hours, and then I put music in my bedroom and I dance every morning. So like, I know that I can kind of have this self-care practice of myself where I know I'm moving every day, but I'm doing something that I love that doesn't feel like exercise. So once you've done this, the other thing in the physical, in the body, that we need to work on is sleep. When it comes to sleep, men, women, we're all different. Based on your age, based on your body, know what you need. I've seen in a study, which was very interesting, and I spoke about it with my colleague, and he was like, yeah, actually that makes a lot of sense, because since I've changed the hours I sleep, I feel much more energized. But I read somewhere that men only actually need like 6 to 7 hours to feel energized, and women actually need 9 to 10 hours of sleep because of our hormonal cycle. And once again, it will change throughout the month for us women, whilst men, they have a 24-hour hormonal shift. I was like, swift? Come on, Taylor. Yeah, so just learn what you need, and when you go to bed, make sure you can surround the hour. Let's be realistic, not a lot of us are going to switch our phone 2 hours before bed, but try and like calm yourself down beforehand. So maybe if you do want to watch Netflix, watch it 2 hours before, then stop it, and then maybe like tidy around your room, go and brush your teeth, go and do your skincare, do whatever you need, go have some cup of tea, then you go into bed. By the time you go into bed, you've kind of wound down a bit and you're ready to sleep. And when you wake up in the morning, I know like sometimes we want to have 10 hours of sleep, 9 hours of sleep, and then get ready straight away and go to work. Try and like, say you need to wake up at 8. Let's be realistic. I'm sorry guys, I work from home. Say you need to leave the house at 8 and it takes you maybe half an hour between breakfast and getting ready, and you want to wake up at 7:30. Wake up at 7. So then you have a full hour and you can slow down your routine. You can add an extra little step of, I can journal, I can meditate, I can do this for like 10-15 minutes. Then you have like 10 minutes where you can allow yourself to just sit outside, whether it's raining, whether it's sunny, whether it's grey, just be in nature and have some oxygen, and then you get ready and go. Like, even if it's an extra half an hour that you give yourself every morning, that is very important. Now we can close off on the body sphere and how to care for your body. I want to talk about the soul and your heart. So self-care for your soul is my favorite part, because you just have to do the stuff that excites you. So I don't mean the soul as like in a spiritual way where you just need to be religious. I mean as like, what is it that excites you? What is it that makes you feel alive? And do that every day. Like for me, I love salsa dancing. I know that's part of the body as well, but that excites me. That makes me feel alive. So I'm gonna make sure that I'm caring for my soul and finding time slots in the day where I can just put that music and, you know, just give myself a boogie and allow myself to just laugh. Other ways of healing your soul is like singing, even if it's 5 minutes in the shower, just sing out loud like nobody's watching. Do something, you know, that makes you feel young and excited and alive. I've had a few examples. We have a yoga, like practices that slow you down and make you grounded. You can do yoga, you can do breathwork exercises. There's breathwork meditations. You can follow Wim Hof on YouTube. Just Google like 10-15 minute breathwork routine that you can follow. And it's basically for your soul, it's just doing those things that make you feel like there's a bigger picture in this world. So your mind and your body, the way I see it is your mind meditation is this, your mind self-care is what keeps you sane. Your body is what keeps you healthy, and your soul is what keeps you alive and thriving, and it's what keeps you, it gives you a reason to exist. So find what it is that ignites you and just do that. Do you have a passion? Do you have a hobby that you can do? Even if it's 5 minutes aside. You know what? I'm not going to say just set 5 minutes aside. Be selfish. Take time out for that. If it means that you're skipping out on hanging out on a group of friends or going to the pub, just because you can stay at home and do some pottery, do some crocheting, read a book, do that. What, you're going to miss out on what? A chat at the pub? You're going to miss out on seeing some friends? That's okay. If you're doing something that's for you, for your heart, to make you feel fulfilled, I don't want to just say find the 5 minutes. I know I've been saying it. I think for the mind and body, it's okay-ish to find time for it, because those are like to me they're compounded. So it's like tanning. You can have a 1 hour tanning long session, or you can tan 5 minutes every day, and the 5 minutes every day is actually, in my opinion, going to be more effective than just tanning for 1 hour in one day and that's it for like the next week or two. If you can do 5 minutes every day, to me that is more effective than doing like an hour. The same as exercises. Even just doing 10 minutes every day is better than doing a 30-minute session once a week. But with your heart, find the time and allow yourself to enjoy what you need to enjoy, whether it's yoga, whether it's going for like a float at the beach, just floating in the water, whether it's connecting, just walking barefoot in your local park, doing something that connects you with nature, connects you and slows your mind down. Take the time. Does it take you 3 hours? Take the 3 hours. What are you gonna do? Miss out on watching Netflix? Come on, you can do that. You can skip it. You know, you'll always find another time to watch an episode. And if you've binge watched Bridgerton like me in one day, you absolutely do have the time to prioritize what makes you feel excited, what ignites you. So I want to show you a self-care that I do. So, and this is what we got here. I've talked about hips before. I want to talk about how it stores, you know, your trauma and energy. I'm going to talk about feet. Feet are the map to your body. Every problem that you have, you can literally massage out of your feet. Just Google Chinese foot reflexology and just learn about feet. And ever since I started implementing this more religiously, I feel great. I, every 2-3 nights, give myself a really deep foot massage. I've got a tea tree foot cream. It's just a cream. They probably charge you more because it's for feet, but it's just a moisturizer. Just get yourself a moisturizer. Add a few nice essential oils. Maybe tea tree is really nice, to be fair, and it's antiseptic. Like, I like to walk barefoot, so I like to care for my feet. And just give yourself a deep massage and like just really get in there, put pressure in the right spots, and that will like alleviate the pain on your back, for example. Honestly, wherever you are. I don't know if I should be massaging my feet on camera, to be fair. I don't want you guys to do any creepy stuff. You can just, even if it's once a week that you can do this, and I think us girls do that, like an all body shower, you know what I mean. Soak your feet in like a tub of warm water and salt. Even if it's, I'd say twice a week. Come on, you can do this. It's for yourself. Get yourself one of these. This is like a pumice foot scrub. It's actually so satisfying to touch. I don't know if you can hear it. And just go in there, scrub your feet, get all of the dead skin cells, wave them goodbye, detox your feet, and then warm them up, like dry them up, pat them down, put some moisturizer, and just really like maybe put 10 minutes per foot and just massage yourself. You know, just do it. That for me has been so healing for my soul. It's because all of the energy like it just gets blocked in there, and by doing that you're circulating your blood flow, you're circulating all of this tension that's in your feet, and it just feels amazing. And then you give yourself massages to your whole body. You know, you can get a gua sha, the one you use for your face, and you can use that actually as a deep tissue massage on yourself all over your body. Now you can do a 1 hour session here and there, or you can do it every day. Do you moisturize every day? Yeah, nice. When you moisturize, add a little 1 minute massage per foot. Done. Add a little gua sha. You want to massage your face, you put the moisturizer on. When you rub it in, just use it on your calves and watch that stress and tension go away. You just need to learn how to like actively find ways throughout your day to do that. And now we're going to go into maintaining, because it's all fun and games when you start a routine and you've got a list. From tomorrow, I'm going to be waking up every day at this hour. I'm going to have water. I'm going to do this. I'm going to take that. I'm going to exercise for 45 minutes. I'm going to read a book. I'm going to do this. Then every night I'm going to do a foot massage, face mask, new pajamas, wash my sheets every day, and my pillowcase every day. That's not going to work. I mean, if it does for you, please comment down below what you're doing that actually works, because I would like to know. What for me you need to do is learn how to maintain this. So what are smart achievable goals? What are smart achievable changes you can make that are small, effective, realistic? That's what I was saying, smart. So small, measurable, achievable, realistic, and timely. What is something small that you can do? For example, buy yourself one of these. Everybody washes their body literally 10 seconds per foot. Come on, you can do that. You can do that. You can find the strength to do that. You moisturize anyway. Just rub your body properly while you do it. Don't just rub it on like that. You know, just give yourself a massage your muscle as you do it. That's an easy way. You're already taking water in the morning. Nice. What are we doing after? We're reading a book. Keep your book next to your bed. That's something small. Like, don't necessarily have it pretty in this bookshelf that you're never actually going to read and see, because then you're going to ruin the aesthetic of it, and then you're going to, you know, it's just there. Keep it next to your bedside table. Declutter your room and keep the stuff that you actually need. Exercise. You know Daniela from the episode. She told me, Sade, prep your gym workout clothes the night before. I prep them the night before, or whatever I need to wear the next day. So when I get up and like go for a walk the night before. So that's gonna take off that little extra task of me having to go and look for my clothes, which will delay me starting that action. And by the time I've started to go for a run, it's already been 20 minutes, because then I got distracted and did other stuff. So how can you support these small goals? Start with one per sphere. So if you're going to choose a mind one, choose a body one we've discussed that you're going to focus on, and choose a soul one we've discussed that you're going to focus on. For the next 21 days, find small ways where you can become a pro at doing this daily and making sure that you prioritize it. So whether it's like you make sure you read every day 10 pages, set a time on your phone and read it. You're not going to read 10 pages. You'll most likely start reading a bit more once you enjoy it. So that's how you just develop it, and just find the time. Maybe you need to compound a different activity with it. So if it's reading the book, maybe, what can you do while you read a book? Soak your feet. That's a good one. Soak your feet while you read a book for like 20 minutes. When your feet have been soaking in the warm water with salt, put your book away, scrub your feet, give yourself a foot massage. Next one is the exercise. What can you start to implement daily? Is it like a walk before you go to work in the morning? Maybe just wake up half an hour earlier, go on a 20-30 minute walk. Or is it maybe joining a salsa class once a week? Let me know what you're deciding to do so we can hold each other accountable. And the third one is the soul. Choose an activity this month that you would like to really master, whether it's massaging your feet, whether it's sticking to yoga every week. You do like 1 session or 2 sessions. Just start small, make it achievable. Don't make it where like you join a new class like in North London but you're from South London. That's gonna create more stress getting there. But yeah, find one per each section and let me know what you're gonna choose, and then keep trying this for the next 21 days. And once you've got this and you think, actually this really works for me, I'm gonna stick with this, then keep going the next month, implement another from one for each sphere, and then keep going back at it. If it doesn't work for you, that's okay. That's where you come back, write stuff down. Why did it not work? What is it you need to change? And then you fix it and change it. For example, say massaging your feet twice a day does not work for you. Don't do it. You just say, you know what, I like the soaking, but not really. But maybe once a month, that's okay for me. I don't want to do it every week. I don't want to have to do it twice a week. That's fine. But I did like, for example, massaging my hand, getting my nails done, or implementing yoga in the evening before I go to bed instead of the morning. Do that. Just learn from whatever worked for you and keep doing that, because you know what? Self-care is all about you. So you just need to treat yourself like the queen, the king, the princess, the goddess, whatever you are. Treat yourself like that, you know, and just give yourself that love unapologetically. You don't need to tell anyone. You don't need to show it off. Just do it for you, and that's the beauty. Like, yeah. And you'll see how your body starts to thank you, and it starts to glow, and your skin will feel better, your body will feel better. You know how self-care, actually I'm going to tell you guys this before we close off, because this is on my phone case. Self-care isn't about like, you know, the skincare steps that you do. For example, my skincare is terrible. I literally either use my hand wash, or I'll find whatever soap there is, wash my face really dry with a towel, which probably is giving me wrinkles, and put whatever body moisturizer I have. Or I make my own body moisturizer, to be fair. So it's like jojoba oil. But yeah, this is what my phone case says. Just a little reminder, self-care doesn't have to mean face masks and bubble baths. It can be getting dressed in the morning, calling someone you miss, watering your plants, going for a slow walk, reading a new book, writing a list, painting, resting, or even baking banana bread. Whatever your version of self-care looks like right now, that's okay. Just be kind to yourself. And I love that. I just love the fact that learning what self-care is to you is not necessarily learning about like a 6-step routine that you can do every day. It's learning about what you need to make yourself feel grounded, at peace, and in love with your own life, and just figuring out as it goes. It can mean romanticizing you walking to, or you're doing your commute to work. It could mean that on the way there you smell the flowers. You set yourself a challenge to say hi to a stranger every day. Like doing those little things that every day will add a little bit of love and care for yourself in the day. That was a really interesting episode. I was so excited the whole time. I am very passionate about self-care and taking care of yourself, and I think like the way you treat yourself like really shows how much you really love yourself. And I've gone through periods of my life where I really neglected doing that, and I would struggle with my, you know, with like minimal self-care, like shaving, moisturizing. My skin would break out. I would not eat what I needed to eat to function, or like I would just focus so much on showing up for work and doing all these things that like my body was shutting down. And now I've reached a point where I care so much for myself that I feel like it's finally overflowing into others, and it feels beautiful right now to be in this place. And like I don't think I can ever go back to a point where even if I'm tired, yes, acknowledge that I'm tired and maybe rest if that's what I need. But even when I'm tired and I don't want to do something, but I know it's going to make me feel good, I'm just going to do it. Like whether it's drinking the water, taking the supplements I need, or exercise, whatever it needs, I need. Even, for example, buying myself new comfy clothes to just chill in my room, getting my nails done. I got my nails done when I was on holiday, or changing my hairstyle, like doing these things that make me feel even better and confident. Like, so in days where I don't, for example today, as I just got my period today, I'm feeling all the cramps, I don't feel great, I don't like my skin, I just feel ugh. I just put on this new set that I bought myself, and I moisturize, I put a new perfume on that I gifted myself last week, and it's just, I feel a bit better. Like I feel like somebody loved me, and that somebody was me, and I gave myself that extra love that I needed because I've been setting up these steps along the way. So on days like, for example, today, it's okay because I've been doing all of this and I know what I need, and I have the tool and the energies and the strength to give myself the love that today I needed. And I could have, it's okay to just do nothing and stay in bed all day. That's absolutely okay. But I know, for example, today I wanted to feel a bit special. I wanted to feel clean. I wanted to smell good. I just didn't have the energy to do it. But luckily, past me, I'd gone shopping online and got a few things. Like, whatever it is you need, please do it for yourself. Alright. And that's on self-care. Thank you so much for joining in today. I hope you subscribe and I hope you liked the episode. We're going to be talking about more and more everything about healing, like trauma recovery. We're going to go through more specific example, more stories from my personal life. We're going to be talking about how to keep building yourself up, but also how to live and enjoy life, because you're not a broken piece, okay? Anyway, thank you so much for joining. Don't forget to subscribe to Soul Revival on Instagram and TikTok. Social media platforms is at Soul Revival Podcast, and on YouTube, if you need to look for it, is at Soul Revival the podcast. Alright, I'll see you next Sunday. Bye guys.